breaking news for you. It is expected that Enzo Maresca leaves Chelsea today. No confirmation or comment from the club as yet, but we already know that a big board meeting will happen today. Dino, this is huge news, actually, because he's done a good job at Chelsea. They're set 5th, but they've had a really bad December, and it looks like he's maybe fell out with the board. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong.
Well, this is what management has come to. It's not even bad news for him. It won't hinder his career. Getting sacked by Chelsea is now like a compliment. I mean, it's not. He's done a good job, hasn't he?
I think he's done a good job.
So there's been a bit of I mean, I can't tell you what a minefield it is. You trying to motivate. First of all, I've got to motivate you, Jamie, right?
Yeah.
I have to go round the players and I have to try and motivate them. The ones who aren't playing, I have to give them a bit of hope.
Yeah.
If you train properly and when you get the chance, you do well, I'll leave you in the team. You've got to give them hope to come in training every day.
Yeah.
So you've got a striker like Nicholas Jackson, for example, and you have to keep so bear in mind now, he's not signed probably any of those players.
Yeah.
And they know that. Their agents say, well, he never signed you. It was, the chairman who wanted him at the club.
Yeah.
So they know you haven't signed him. So they're not sure whether you like him. Players aren't sure.
Yeah.
I never signed you.
Yeah.
So you're hoping that I like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know. But if I signed you, you know I like you.
Yeah.
And you now feel like you're letting me down if you're not playing well.
Yeah.
Because I brought you to the club.
Yeah.
So to motivate players, you've got to have that authority.
Yeah.
So I pull Nicholas Jackson and say to him, look, I'm going to stick with you 5 games. Don't worry, right? I got my total faith you're going to get the goals. And if I believe it, I'd say to him, if I half believed it, I'm trying to motivate him to keep him going.
Yeah.
And then another centre forward walks across the training ground. Like, where's he come from?
Yeah.
I never signed him.
Yeah.
So Nicholas Jackson's looking at me going, what were you? And I can't say to him, I haven't signed him. It was the owner. He's brought him into the club. Because you lose respect of the group. And then you've got players knocking your door. There's 30 odd of them. So what they've done, they've thrown him a group of players and said, go and coach them.
Yeah.
And don't get in our way of the project we're doing. And they might have even been saying to him, you need to play him. You need to play him. Don't leave him in the reserves, like losing value.
Yeah.
You need to give them all a start.
You need to give them games.
And he's had to put up with that, but he can't tell the players.
Yeah, I know. They made so many changes again in the summer, really, with the players that they had. They made big changes. Brought in Esteval. I like him. They got rid of Madueke. I really liked Madueke. I thought he was a good player. I thought Arsenal, I thought they got a good deal with him. They brought in Gittins. I'm not convinced I've seen anything from him. Do you know, there's always a lot of change. And that's hard as for a manager. I mean, you constantly got a conveyor belt of players.
Well, the most
keep them happy.
The most important thing is that you stop the ball going in your net, right? So when you go into a club, they're normally in trouble. They're shipping goals. So you get the back 4 on the training ground. You have your coaches in line with the offside line, and you start having attack v defence, and you're telling them, get over. You're holding a piece of rope. Little basic things that Sunday League.
Yeah.
Basics. So get across. There's no gaps between you. Get up at the same speed. Drop off at the same speed. When there's no pressure on the ball, drop off. When there's pressure on the ball, hold your line. If you go backwards with the ball, get up past the strikers, and you go through it all. So they're all in sync. If one of those players is not in sync, the old 3, they're dead.
Yeah.
So the back 4 play rubbish.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper's involved. He's behind them.
Yeah.
When you make 4 changes to your back 4, you've got to go over that again. Otherwise, they're all out of sync.
Yeah.
One's stepping up, one's dropping off.
Yeah.
So you've got to play well every week to win.
Yeah. He's made a lot of changes, hasn't he?
Yeah, you can't fall back on your system and your formula.
Yeah. There's a developing story. There's more coming out. Well, I'm going to go to some phone lines here. Chelsea fans, 03717 223344. Let's go to Clayton. He's a Chelsea fan. Clayton.
Morning, Clayton. Happy New Year.
To you both. I've just come back from a dog walk. Absolutely freezing, but I was compelled to call you boys this morning. I'm a Chelsea season ticket holder, and I've been since about 1992, 93. So obviously I've seen the club from a very early age, and I just want to remind the Chelsea fans really how lucky we are to have had a club that's been so successful up to this point. Obviously with the embargo, losing all of our players, the likes of Rudiger, the whole squad's been rebuilt.
Yeah.
And I just want to give Maresca a bit of support, really, because I go there and I watch the game I was there against Villa, and I thought we were magnificent, to be honest. And we just ran out of puff. We couldn't score a goal because the lap's out and Palmer's out. And I just think when those two are fit, playing, Chelsea are a different team. We're only a smidgen away from being a really good team again, and we're fifth in the league.
Yeah.
And I think, Jamie, you said it already, that we are where we should be, really, at the moment.
Yeah, but you want to give Maresca some, some positive, praise. But it looks like he's at the door.
Well, I hope that isn't the case, and I don't really know who we start with and who could do a better job at the moment, really. I mean, Reece James was on the bench against Bournemouth. We looked chaotic. Cucurella was out. Without those two players in the back four, it's all a bit mixed.
So are you not blaming Enzo Maresca for what's gone on?
No, I'm not. I think he's a young manager, and I think if you look at Arteta at Arsenal, he's got two players in every position. We pretty much played them off the park with 10 players. Newcastle second half. There's a 35 minutes short at the moment because I think the Club World Cup is taking its toll on us. Caicedo looks a yard short at the moment. I mean, that's why he's getting sent off. Against the game at Bournemouth, he was half a yard short there. And I just think there's reasons for it.
Do you know this disagreement? They've obviously had a disagreement. It could be something as simple as he's gone to the board and said, "I want Gay from Crystal Palace."
Yeah.
And they've gone, "No, we're not doing that."
But
and that's it. That's the end of that conversation.
That Levi Colwell, though. That's the problem you got, isn't it?
Yeah, he's done his ACL, hasn't he? Has he done his ACL, Colwell?
Yeah,
he's out,
I don't know if he's coming back.
But it could be something the other way. They've signed someone, and he said, "I don't want him."
Yeah, but I mean, Delap and Palmer, I mean, he's worked with them before, hasn't he? I think he was just starting to build his team, to be honest with you. Reece James has been magnificent this year. They kept him fit. The other one, Wes Fofana.
But sometimes though, Clayton, you got to look at some of the things that Maresca's done. He played, Reece. I can't remember what game it was. Reece James was playing in midfield, and you had Gusto on the bench. Played a centre half at right back.
Yeah, but look at what Reece James does in midfield, Jamie.
I'm not saying he's. I know, but then if you're going to play Reece James in midfield, you got to play Gusto at right back.
Well, you can, but it worked out. We were double pivot in the middle. I thought the tactics were pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not an experienced.
You've won 1 in 7.
Yeah, but we are. It's not a divine right to be Aston Villa, is it?
No, and you are going to. You are going to
spend £1 billion, though. Let's not forget that, Clayton. I know
you'll
be the youngest team in the league.
Back, though, Jade. I keep hearing this, but we have sold about £700 to £800 million worth of players back. So I do think that's a bit harsh at times. I do appreciate they've come in, they've wiped the board clean, they've started again. I mean, it's not easy, is it, really?
Well,
and I do appreciate that. They're the 5th or 6th best team in the Premier League on their day.
If you want consistency, you buy ready-made products.
You do.
Arsenal haven't got no. They're not playing every week in, week out with youngsters in the team.
No,
Chelsea have got the youngest team, and with that comes mistakes. They're learning on the job.
Yeah.
They cost you games. The strikers let the back four out.
Yeah.
The midfield players are trying out unbelievable passes.
Yeah.
Where normally an experienced player would go, right, just keep the ball for 10 minutes. I'm having a nightmare. Things like that happen.
Yeah.
I totally agree, dude. I mean, I've watched, obviously, Mourinho's teams, Conte's teams. I've watched John Terry's. I've watched Marcel Desailly's. I'm fully aware of that. I'm not saying that's not the right way to go. But at this moment in time, in terms of Maresca is what we're talking about, I think he just needs to be given time. And I think Delap back in the team, I saw some good signs with him when he came on at Bournemouth. Clearly he's not fit. Palmer's trudging around in sand at the moment. He's not gliding across the pitch. And then you've got injuries that he's got to take care of. The likes of Reece James, you can't play him every week.
You were at the Villa game, weren't you? You were at the Villa game. Yeah, you watched the Villa game. I watched that. You never seen it, did you?
No.
I thought Palmer was unbelievably good. And I thought the whole team... I remember I was watching the game thinking, Chelsea, next season they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were on fire. Like, I'm thinking, all linking up, Neto, Palmer and Reece James down the right.
Yeah, I know.
Canacho and...
But then but this is the problem. They fall apart, and that's why the pressure heaps on Maresca. Clayton, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to go to Sahil. He's a Chelsea fan. Sahil.
Hi,
Hi, Sahil. Morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys. How you
doing? What you making of it? Maresca's out the door, potentially, today?
Yeah, I think the previous caller's a bit optimistic. He's got his blue glasses on. I've been a fan for over 30 years, so I've seen the best of managers fall out with the board, whether it's the previous one, the current one. I've seen the best of managers being sacked. So the emotional attachment we have for our managers isn't there because we know they're not going to last very long. Now, Maresca knew what he was getting into. He signed the contract when they gave him the big jump from Leicester to Chelsea. Right, this is our policy. do you want it? And he said, yeah. I think he's getting too big for his boots now. I think personally, you can criticise him because he's making stupid decisions on the pitch.
Yeah.
Like he'll take Cucurella off sometimes and then put a right wing back to left back. As a Chelsea fan, we watch this every minute. He takes off Palmer 60 minutes when we need to win the game. But again, like Dino said, they're following the sports scientists. Like, just keep him on the pitch. He's our best player. And I think Maresca is to blame. The board is to blame as well. You know, I'm not blaming one or the other. I think they're better. You know, they're both to blame. But I think whoever comes in will be in the same boat. They don't want a Conte style or a Joe. That they want a yes man. I'll be honest, because they went for Potter, who was not disrespectful. He's a yes man. He would have been a yes man. They went for McKenna. McKenna said no, but he would have fallen into that trap. And Maresca was the next option at Leicester. So they don't want someone who's going to challenge their authority. And I think this is where Maresca's got stuck now, and now he's fallen out. And I think, from experience, he will lose his job this week. I can guarantee it, and they'll go for another one. That's my opinion. Anyway.
Do you know, funny you should say that. Like, as managing myself, I made the decision. I either accept this is the way football management's going, and you just turn up, and you say yes to everything, and you just coach the players.
Yeah.
Or you don't manage. Forget it. Because I'd like to think if I'm going to make myself look a fool, I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it your way.
I'll do it my way. I'm not having you signing players that I don't want.
Yeah.
And then I can't tell the fans I never signed them.
Yeah.
You signed them.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not manage unless I got some sort of control over my achievements. And people can say you get a load of money when you get sacked. Well, that's not why you're in it.
I think most managers do want that, but they accept that that's how it's got to be at the start of your reign. When like a Maresca, he goes in, it's a massive opportunity for him to go and manage Chelsea. Then all of a sudden, he becomes a bit more powerful, right? He wins the Club World Cup, gets his feet under the table. He's now, people are looking at him saying, Maresca's a good manager. And you start turning around and saying, hold on a minute, I ain't gonna accept how it was before. And then the ball go, all right, well, thank you, see you later. This is how the project is.
See, Todd Bowley and the director of football I've never heard of, and the bloke we owe him I've never heard of. What makes them think they know more about football than Maresca?
Well, they don't.
Like, you whatever you made your money in, property development, I wouldn't question you on that. Like no. You've got me in, I'm supposed to be an expert on football.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're telling me how to do things. Either accept that's the way it's going to be as a manager from now on, or just don't do the job.
Well, it's not looking good for Maresca. It looks like he's out the door. He's fell out with the board, and potentially looking like they're going to make a change. It'll be interesting to see how this it all goes. I think there's a big board meeting today at Chelsea, and we'll find out later on what's going on.